Hi there and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole and today we'll be previewing day one of the Great Northern Darwin Cup Carnival, Deco Darwin Guineas Day, Saturday the 6th of July. If you thought last week was a big day with 8 races, try this week when 10 races will be the order of the day. The fillies and mares 0 to 62 1200 was divided to give us the double figures. The first on the card is the Smith Handicap, an average benchmark 1600 metre event. It is time to jump at the late morning time of 11:49 p.m. and in this 5-horse field, my numbers are 2, 1 and 3. Going here with 2, Influential Jack for Jared Todd and Gary Clark. The boys have got a number of winning chances on the day and I think they can start the day on the right note. Influential Jack has won 2 of his last 3. He's come really solid lately. He's stepping up from the 1300 to the mile, which is the only question mark. He hasn't yet won at a mile from 7 goes, but I think the way he's going and in this small field, he'll take plenty of beating. 2 on top to beat number 1, Ziggy Rocks, looking to back up from a last week win here. Noel Callow. Great to see Noel riding here on Saturday. Hasn't ridden here for some 12 years, but he's always a draw card is the king, Noel Callow. Putting Ziggy Rocks in for second, trained by Neil Dyer, and in for third, Hadouken. Interesting runner, trained by Peter Roble at the Gold Coast. Jasper Franklin, his apprentice, takes the mount here. Has a win at the Gold Coast on the poly track there a few starts back to his credit, and then a second at Grafton. Handy horse, interesting to see how he goes first up on the track. Numbers in the first, 2, 1 and 3. We go to the second, the Textum Handicap, also over 1600. This for the 0 to 64 3-year-olds. Only a field of 7 here. Basically a consolation for the horses that didn't make the Guineas later in the day, and a warm-up for these horses for the Derby in a fortnight's time. Numbers here, 6, 1 and 7. Tonics for me in a really tricky field. Jade Hampson aboard for Tayan Holter. He's had a couple of runs here in Darwin. 5th first up behind Call It Alone. I didn't think it was a bad run. Then 7th the other day behind Gift of Gold, who paid a big price when winning. Goes up and trip, that's probably what Tonics is wanting. So I've got it on top, number 6. To beat number 1, Frankfurt. Kevin Lamprick trains, Aaron Sweeney aboard, 3rd at his first start in Darwin, 2 starts back behind Miami Vice. Then 8th behind He's Maverick, but only beaten 5 lengths here a couple of weeks ago. Put him in the mix. And then for 3rd, number 7, Vedova. Sonia Logan for Tayan. Tayan's got a couple of decent chances here. Sonia Logan aboard. Looks like the step up to the 1600 might suit. Had a run here the other day over the trip behind Fabergé Czar. Only beaten 7 on that occasion, and there's no Fabergé Czars in this. Numbers in the second, 6, 1 and 7. We go to the third, the Deco Developments Handicap. We move to the 1300 barrier for this 0 to 76 event. My numbers here 4, 3 and 5. Going here with 4 American Jazz to beat the stablemate Pink Panther. So Gary Clark to the 4 here. Jared Todd on American Jazz. He'll be improved. Will the 4-year-old from his first up run behind Son of Bilski. That was over this trip of 1300 metres. As I mentioned, he'll be a lot better for that run. He's drawn 2. I've got him on top to beat the stablemate Pink Panther, number 3. Aaron Sweeney for Gary. Was a winner at his only start in Darwin and did a good job too in 0 to 64 grade. So he's well up in grade here, but he was good last time. And in for 3rd, number 5, the Claimant. Trudy Thornton aboard for Neil Dyer. This was his decent form in Victoria. He's first up here, but he did run 3rd 2 starts ago at Moonee Valley behind the very smart See What I See. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Claimant go around here, possibly on his way to the Cup. Numbers in the third are 4, 3 and 5. We go to the 4th, the Novotel Darwin Handicap, also over 1300, a 0 to 58 handicap. My numbers here are 9, 3 and 1. Going here with number 9, Queen in the North. Tommy and Sonia Logan, the combination. 4th last time here, first up, that was over 1100 behind New Roman. The extra 200 metres, I think, what this mare is looking for. She's drawn the inside gate. I think she'll take plenty of beating. Number 9, Queen in the North. In for second, number 3, Latest Bentley. He was a good winner last week for Neil Dyer and Tommy Doyle. He can go a good race once again. And in for 3rd, number 1, Grinzinger Bishop. Second in the Derby here last year. Behind Kerry Petrick's good mare on that occasion. And Noel Callow takes the mount, and Grinzinger Bishop first up here in Darwin, but does handle the track and did trial earlier this week, and I thought trialled in pretty good style. Numbers are 9, 3 and 1. We go to the 5th, the Solace Real Estate Handicap. This is the first division of the fillies and mares 0 to 62. We mentioned earlier that this race was divided with 21 noms, and we have a 10 and a 9-horse field going round. Numbers here, 6, 1 and 2. Balsuono for me, Jared Todd for Gary Clark. He's won 2 of his last 3. He's a capable galloper. Had a trial here earlier this week, just a warm-up for this. Drawn barrier 4. His last start win over Rising Fire was solid. I think he can go back-to-back. Number 6, ahead of 1, She Can Mix It. Jade Hampson for Chloe Baxter was a winner 2 starts back and 3 starts back. It won 2 in a row there. Last time out finished 5th behind Lucky Fortuna, who's won again, or who won his last 2, Lucky Fortuna. Going down in grade, was 3 wide the other day, think it can improve. And in for 3rd, number 2, Exceedingly Magic, Emma Lyons for Phil Cole. Consistent galloper, always hard to beat in a race of this nature. In the 5th, numbers are 6, 1 and 2. We go to the 6th, the second division of the Fillies and Mares 0 to 62. This is the Time Hospitality Handicap. And my numbers here are 6, 1 and 2 again. Number 6 here, Style and Grace for me. First up for Ella Clark at Wilby. Won a trial here last week in good style. Was brought out of the Tried Horse Sale in Alice Springs earlier this year. And just the way it trialled the other day, Jared Todd aboard from barrier 6. I think it'll be very hard to beat number 6, Style and Grace. Out of 1, Starlight Rebel, Kim Healy trains, Mark Pegas aboard. Last started back in Alice Springs, went second on Cup Day in the Queen of the Desert behind Flying Annie. That's pretty good form for a race of this nature. And then for 3rd, number 2, Zariski. Adam Nichols aboard for Gary Clark. Last started on the 25th of April, finished 3rd on that occasion. So it's first up after a bit of a break and racing pretty consistently at that last campaign, Zariski. Numbers in the 6th, the 6, 1 and 2. We go to the 7th, the Northcrest Open. This is the Open Sprint over 1,100 metres. Decent little field here, interesting. Numbers are 4, 1 and 6. Going here with 4, Doc O'Connor for Clark and Todd again. He resumed with a good win here on the 22nd of June. That was 1,000 metres. The 1,100 test him, especially if he has to get any pressure in the run. But he's drawn 3. He should go through and lead. And I'm banking on him to be fitter for that first up run. He has won 3 times from 5 goes at this trip. Admittedly all in age group company when he was a 3-year-old, but I think he can go on with the job. Number 4 on top, Doc O'Connor, ahead of 1, Ideas Man. Chris Nash trains, of course, last year's Palmerston Sprint second place getter. Mark Pegas aboard. He's fresh up, hasn't had a run since the 7th of October, so he's had a long break, Ideas Man, but I know he's done a lot of work. I know Chris is happy with him, and he did trial here last week in good style. And then for 3rd, number 6, Mighty Mert. Jade Hampson for Lisa Whittle. Hasn't run since the 24th of February, but does go well in a fresh state and has got a good record on this track and a good record at the trip. Numbers in the 7th are 4, 1 and 6. We go to the 8th, the Deco Construction Handicap, also over 1,100 metres. This is the 0 to 70 sprint. Numbers here, 9, 1 and 5. And 9 is number 9 is Emerald Court, rather. Heather Lehman. She's having a great run with her little team here. Was a dual winner last week, was Heather. And Emerald Court, second, first up in Darwin on the 15th of June. Can improve with that. That was behind Pink Panther. Jared Todd takes the mount here. I've got it on top. To beat number 1, Red Wraith for Paul Gardner. Sonia Logan aboard. Good first up run in Darwin behind Doc O'Connor. Finished 3rd, beaten about just under 5 lengths on that occasion on the 22nd of June. And then for 3rd, number 5, Mr. Havachat for Nash and Pegas. A winner 2 starts back, that was in April, and then on the 8th of June, when a good race behind Rising Sphere in a benchmark 76, comes down in grade here and should be there or thereabouts. Numbers in race 8 are 9, 1 and 5. We're getting to the business end. Race 9, the Frontier Hotel and Punters Bar Handicap. This back to the 1,600 metres for the 0 to 66 milers. My numbers here are 1, 2 and 8. Global Wonder, Clark and Todd again. Should have won last start, bombed the start. It was a long, long way back. Flew home, finished second to Better Not Fuss. With any luck at the start, it wins easily. But he can do a few things wrong, Global Wonder. So hopefully he jumps out of the gates and does everything right this time. Got him on top to beat number 2, Danaher, Kevin Lamprick and Mark Pegas, the combo here. Good 3rd at his first Darwin start last time out on the 8th of June. That was behind Plaguestone. He should be improved for that run. That was 1,200 metres. And in for 3rd, number 8, A Big Chance, racing solidly for Chris Pollard. Second at his last 2 and second last week behind Ziggy Rocks, Thomas Doyle in the saddle. 1, 2 and 8 in the 9th. And we go to the feature. The $75,000 Deco Darwin Guineas. For the 3-year-olds, of course, over the 1,600 metres, and my numbers here are 11, 6, 2 and 9. Number 11 on top for me, unquestionably, for Neil Dyer. Neil knows what it's like to win this race. He's won it 2 or 3 times before, of course, most notably with the great old horse in Hawke's Bay. Mark Pegas takes them out. He rode it a fortnight ago when the horse ran third to He's Maverick. That was a 1,300 metres. He got a long way back. He'll probably go back again because he's drawn the outside gate, so we'll jump from barrier 12. But I think the way he finished off the other day, the 1,600 metres will suit him admirably, and I think he can get a Darwin Guineas on his resume. Number 11, unquestionably. I think he can turn the tables on number 6, He's Maverick, who beat him last time. He's Maverick has a couple of wins at his last 2. He won on Alice Springs on the 6th of April. He beat Danaher on that occasion. He's trained by Kim Healy. Sonia Logan rode last time. She knows him well. He is crying out for the mile again. And then for third, number 2, Beyond Ready, Kevin Lamprick and Aaron Sweeney, the combo. He was second to start in here a month ago. Hasn't run for a month. A bit of a different preparation for the Guineas by Beyond Ready, but Kevin certainly knows what he's doing. So I'll put him in to run third. And my fourth selection is number 9, Startin. He was too bad to be true last time after a very impressive win the start before. Better draw this time, I think, brings him right into it. Paul Denton for Kerry Petrick. So numbers in the Guineas, the Deco Darwin Guineas, 11, 6, 2 and 9. Best bet on the days in race 4. Number 9, Queen in the North. I think this 1,300 metres is what she has been crying out for. So race 4, number 9, Queen in the North. While the best roughie in race 5, the other, the first of the fillies and mares races, race 5, number 7, Manuka Bay. Race 5, number 7, Manuka Bay, my best roughie. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk. It's a bit of a marathon one and marathon day on Saturday. We'll be back again next week for day 2 of the Darwin Cup Carnival, which of course is Asian United Food Service Chief Minister's Cup Day, always a highlight of the calendar. And until next week, good luck and good punting.